Hello, dear students. Today we will discuss linked list, which is again a linear data structure like stack and queue. But in linked list, you can insert a new element at any location, and you can also delete from any location. So, formally, we can define linked list as a linear data structure in which data elements are stored using self-referential nodes connected linearly. So, what are self-referential nodes? We have already seen in some previous class. So, linked list is a linear data structure in which the data elements are stored in linear fashion using connected nodes. So words can be different, but these are the basic terms which defines a linked list. Now, in a linked list, insertion and deletion operation can take place at any position. That means it is not necessary to insert at rear like queue or at top like stack. You can insert anywhere and you can delete also from anywhere. Now, here I have listed why we use linked list in place of array. So there are few drawbacks which the array have are listed, and I have discussed these in the Google Classroom. But to uh, keep the basic purpose of this video, implementation of linked list, I omit here this discussion why linked list is better over array. So these are 5 points which we have discussed in Google Classrooms. So I omit them here. Then we come to the linked list block diagram. So how a linked list looks like. So diagrammatically you can see a linked list like this, where the nodes are connected with each other. So this is the first node, second node, third node, fourth node. So there can be many nodes in linked list, and it can also be empty. When it will be empty, this start will contain null. So start is now containing address of first node. So I have written over here start is address of first node, and then this first node have two parts. One part contains the value or information, which is 300 here, and this is next part it contains pointer to the next node. So this next node is 60. So this node is address of this node is stored here means the next part of this first node. Similarly, this is the third node, which is containing value 129. Address of this third node is stored in second node here. So in this way, the nodes are connected in a linked list. Now we want to implement it, or we want to write a program of linked list. So how to write that? So for that purpose, we will understand how to insert in linked list, how to delete, how to display it. So we will first take insertion. So in implementation, you already know how to write a C program which is menu driven. I will also give you idea about it, but it is the same. You will include the files, you will take the struct template and then one global variable start, which is initially null. Then you will take some functions prototype like insertion of new element, deletion of element, and displaying the list, etc. So in main program, you will only write the menu, and according to the menu, functions will be called. So today in this video, we will learn how to insert a new element into a linked list. So see, we can implement linked list in many different ways, but here we concentrate on what we are discussing. So whatever we are discussing, you concentrate on that. You implement this type of linked list, and then later on you think how in other ways it can be implemented. So here you don't think that there are many ways and lose your concentration. Here you see how to implement in this way. Suppose this is a linked list which is already created in the uh, by your program. So we'll see how it is in already created. It is already created because initially it was empty, then you inserted one element, then you inserted one more element, then you inserted one more element, and then you inserted one more. So there are four elements now. So for explanation purpose, I am assuming let our linked list is like this, and we want to insert one more element into it. So the first node is pointed by a pointer, additional pointer start. After that, this address of 60, this node, 60 node which is containing 60 is stored in this node, node number 1. Address of third node is stored in address number 2, node number 2. Address of fourth is stored in node number 3, like this. So this is the linked list. Now I want to insert a new node which is pointed by PTR. So you will think that how this new node is created. So it is simple because you have created new nodes in queue and stack also. So there are 4 or 5 lines of code in which we declare PTR and then we allocate memory to PTR. Then we ask PTR info scan and then PTR next equals to null. So this node is created. This is a new node. So after creation of new node, we want to insert it into the linked list. See, I have already told you that in linked list you can insert anywhere. So anywhere means what? You can insert here before this 300. You can insert here between these two nodes, here between these two nodes, here between these two nodes, and here at the end. So in the beginning, in and, or in between other nodes, you can insert the new node. So where to insert, that user will choose. So you will ask the user where user wants to insert the new node. So user will tell you some position. So that position you will read in one variable called POS position. So in this discussion I have taken the variable name POS. So POS means position. Now see, if user says that I want to insert at position 3. So if POS is 3, position is 3, then we want to insert here. New node will be inserted here. Position 3 means after 2. So this will be at third position. First, second, then this will become third. This will become fourth and this will become fifth. So after insertion, this will become third. So third position user want to insert. Now how to insert it? To insert it, let us assume that pointer of this node, node number 2, is PT, and pointer of this node, node number 3, is P. You will say, sir, what will happen by assuming? Assume means we will put the pointer PT here and put the pointer P here. How to put that we will understand in next step. So first we see if PT is pointer of this node 60 and P is pointer of this node 129, then if we want to insert a new node PTR between them here, then only these two statements are required to link the new node. What these two statements? PT next equals to PTR. It means PT this complete node and PT next means this portion where address is stored. So PT next equals to PTR. So PTR, this dotted line I have shown means after this line, computer will assign this link because PTR is kept here. So value address of this node is kept here. So this link will be broken. Now 60 will not point 129. Now 60 will point to 500. And then we are writing PTR next equals to P. So you see, this is node pointed by PTR. This is PTR next. So this PTR next equals to P. P means address of this 129. So this new link is established. So now your linked list is like starting from start, then 300, node 60, then node 500, then node 129, and once this 750. So this node is inserted between these two nodes. So PT and P if are there, we can write these two simple statements to insert this node between them. आप ये जरूर समझ लें कि ये हम इसका एक जनरल केस समझ रहे हैं कि इस तरह से अगर लिंक लिस्ट बनी हुई है, एक नया नोड आया है, तो उस नए नोड को उन दो नोड के बीच में इंसर्ट करेंगे जिनका एक का पीटी है, एक का पी है, तो इस तरह से लिंक बन जाएगा। बट आपको ये पीटी और पी वहाँ ले जाने हैं जहाँ यूजर ने बोला है। यूजर ने कहा था कि मुझे पोजीशन 3 पे इंसर्ट करना है, तो आप उसको उसके अकॉर्डिंग पी एंड पीटी सेट करेंगे। वो पी एंड पीटी सेट कैसे करेंगे, इसके लिए मैं जरा आपको यहाँ ले चलता हूँ। सो आवर क्वेश्चन नाउ इज हाउ टू मूव पी एंड पीटी such that after moving them we can write these two simple statements to insert a new element. So come here now and see how to move. So let us assume this, how PT and P will reach to desired position. This is the question, how to make them, put them at desired position. So what I take P equals to start and PT equals to null. Why I am doing this? I will move P ahead. So P is at beginning and then it will jump. Jump when I say means P equals to P next. So P is initially here, then it will go here, then it will go here, then it will go ahead like P equals to P next. So how many times should I do P equals to P next? So if position equals to 3, see P equals to at start. So in one jump it will reach to second node. In second jump it will reach to third node. So whatever user position is there for I equals to 1, I less than position. So 1 less than position, I plus plus, I jump P equals to P next. So P will reach to node like this third, and if position is 4 it will reach to 4 and so on. And before I jump this P, means I write P equals to P next, before that I copy its value into PT. So what will happen? PT is one step behind P, one step behind P. I hope you are getting my point. So what we do, we start P equals to start, PT equals to null. So these are initial values. Then we move P equals to P next this much of time. I equals to 1 to less than position. And before P is moved to the next node, we copy its value into PT. So what will happen? PT will go one step behind P. And P will stop according to the value of position. Right? So this is the idea of how to move PT and P. Now, let us see there is a problem in this. What is the problem? See, user can give any value of position. User can give a wrong value also. So, suppose your linked list have 4 nodes only and user tells you position value equals to 10. Then what will happen? This loop will run for I equals to 1, I equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 because user have given position 10, so it will run like that. But what will happen to P? When I equals to 1 and loop runs, P reaches to the node number 2. I have written over here 60 wala, that means which node? 2 number node. So this 2, this. So P reaches here in one jump. When I equals to 2, P will reach here, third node. I equals to 3, P will reach here, fourth node. So address of fourth node is there in P when I equals to 3 and loop runs. When I equals to 4, it will finally become null. So P will become null. So here I have listed it like this. When I equals to 1, P is at node 2. I equals to 2, P will reach to node 3. I equals to 3, P will reach to node 4. When I equals to 4 and loop runs, then P will become null. After P will become null, because loop is going on, I equals to for I equals to 5, this statement pt equals to p is no problem, but this p equals to p next, this will generate a runtime error. Runtime error means it will not show you any error in compilation, but when you run the program and user will tell you that there are position values 10, and in fact your linked list is only having 4 elements, then p will become null at I equals to 4. And after that, when this loop will run and will write p equals to p next, it means null equals to null next. So null equals to something that itself is an error, and null equals to null next. So null next is nothing. So that is a runtime error. See, I have discussed it very in very detail, but solution to it is very simple. This problem, runtime error, will not occur if you write like this. For I equals to 1, I less than position I plus plus, you are running two statements, pt equals to p and p equals to next. So you run those statements only if p not null. So what I do, I write if p not null, then run these two statements, else take break this loop. So whenever p will become null, this loop will be broken and no runtime error will be there. So this is how you can move pt and p. So I hope this is now clear to you how to move pt and p. And once the pt and p have reached to the location like this, then you can insert your new node by writing these two statements, pt next equals to ptr, ptr next equals to p. So this is a general case, but there are some special cases also. We are saying that suppose our linked list have some elements, then this is a general case and you want to insert somewhere in between. But some special case or boundary case, like if user says that my position is 1, I want to insert in the beginning. So if position is 1, that means what? That means this, that the user want to insert in the beginning here. So if user want to insert in the beginning the new node, so you put the new node and then see what you want to do to connect this. So these are the node 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is new node ptr. And if position is 1 means we want to insert here. So we want to insert here, we need to assign ptr next equals to start. You now see ptr next equals to start, because this is ptr next. Now it will point to the this node. So this will become number 2 node after insertion. This will become first node. And who will point the first node? Start will point it. So start is now pointing 300, but we will change it and we will write start equals to ptr. So here you see there are two statements, ptr next equals to start and start equals to ptr. So when you write ptr next equals to start, it will join this and this start will come here. So this is a special case. When position is 1, then we will not do like what we have discussed before this. So we will not do this general thing that pt and p will move and then we will write two statement. So, no, no. Because when position is 1, we need to change the start also. So see here I have written, so I read it out. If user give position equals to 1, then above loop will not run. In that case, PT will become null, P is start. Now your statement of insertion PT next equals to PTR and PTR next equals to P. So this will create a problem because PT is null and you will write PT next equals to PTR, so it will become runtime error. So when position is 1, don't do that. So what you do? You do these two statements. PTR next equals to start and start equals to PTR. So PTR next equals to start will link this and start equals to PTR will bring start here. So this is one thing that when position equals to 1, we need to do something else. Now you come to this point. When start equals to null, what to do? If start is null, means there is nothing in the linked list and we want to insert this new node PTR into the linked list. So we need not ask about the position and all because this is the very first node. So this is a special case when start equals to null in linked list. Then if you are inserting the node, you just write start equals to PTR because this PTR is new node and you are starting here. So start equals to PTR. So means we are inserting the third node of the linked list and we need not ask the position. We can write start equals to PTR directly. So this will become the first node of linked list. Now some other cases, say user says position value is 5. So position value is 5. So loop will run 4 times. P will jump 4 times. So P is initially here. It will jump here, 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 and it will become null. So if P becomes null, there is no problem. PT is not null. PT is here. So what you will write PT next equals to PTR. So PT is not null. So PT you can write this PT next equals to PTR. So this new node will be linked here at the end of the linked list. And you are writing PTR next equals to P. So PTR next is this and P is null. So it is already null there. And if you are writing this statement, there is again no problem. So our general case, what we discussed, will not create any problem if user says that value of position is 5 or user can also give you value of position equals to 10. Even then, there will be no problem. In our general case, we will do like that only. So here, these two statements will create no problem if value is given 5. We also see what will happen if user says a large value position equals to 10. Then also P will become null and PT will be on the last node. PT will be on the last node because we have broken the loop. Whenever P becomes null, we broke the loop. So PT will be on the last node and the new node will be inserted at end of the linked list. So this is also not a problem if user says position equals to 10. Now, if user says position is -1 or 0, then what we will do? We will tell user that this is an invalid position and we cannot insert at this position. So these are different cases out of which we need to take special action when start equals to null, when position equals to 1, and when position equals to 0 or -1, etc. So these three things we need to take additional care of. Otherwise, if position is given is 10 or 100 or is too high, then there is no problem. New node will go at the end of the linked list. So if you understand these much things, now it is our turn to write a program. So the basic of program, you include the files. I will not take much time here because you have done this many times. Then you take the template of structure. You take a global variable, namely start. I have taken here start. Start equals to null. This is a global. Now you take prototype of functions. So we are writing three functions: insert, delete, and display. So three type function prototype is there. Then you write the main function where you will only take the menu. So menu is there. Now we are writing the insert function. So in insert function, I will use three pointers pt, p, and ptr. ptr, we will create new node in it. pt and p, so p will jump and pt will go behind it. We have taken this. Then these two variables position and I. Now you see what I do here. These 4 5 lines will generate a new node. These not need not require much explanation because you have used these lines many a times. So to create a new node, ptr equals to struct node pointer malloc size of struct node, and then printf, enter the value, scanf into pt ampersand ptr info, and ptr next equals to null. So these 4 lines will generate your new node ptr. Now it is turned to insert this new node at appropriate location. So first of all, I check if start equals to null. It means linked list is empty. Our this PTR node is the first node. So what we'll do, we will write start equals to PTR. So now start will point this first node. So this is one case of first node. Else, else means this is not case of first node. There are already few nodes and then we want to insert. So in this else, what I do, I ask the position. Enter the position where you want to insert the new node. So user will give the position, I will scan it in POS. Now see if PO is S is less than 0 or equals to 0, means it is invalid position. So I give a message here, invalid position, insertion is aborted. So we are not inserting anything and this is over. But if position is not like 0 and -1, then we will come to this else. See, I have closed this if here, this else here. So whatever we will do here, we will write our general case code, means we want to insert at position value which is stored in POS. So here we will write something. So what we will write here? So what we will write here? Let us see. Here we will write that thing which we have understood. PT equals to null, P equals to start. Then now jump P and PT such that they will be standing on right positions. So I equals to 1, I less than position I plus plus. If P not null, PT equals to P and P equals to P next, else break. So this loop will set your PT and P according to the POS value for the insertion. So you will write this in this else. See, you will write this code here. And then these two lines, PT next equals to PTR and PTR next equals to P. So these lines will be written over here in this else. After that, this else is closed, and after that you will close the function also, which is not, you are not able to see here, but you will close the function also obviously. So in this way you can develop a function for insertion. Now suppose you have developed a function for insertion. Deletion you are not developing, but you want to see whether all the elements are properly inserted or not. So what you will do, you will write a display function also. So display function. So this comment is about the other different ways of implementing linked list, but you please don't take it before implementation of what we have discussed. So you implement it, enjoy it. After that, you see there can be other ways also. Programming is not static thing, like it is not history where you can say that I know whatever is written in the book. Whatever is written in the book in a programming language is to make you understand the how programs are written. So once you understand how to write a program, you will write in many different ways. So this comment is about that. So you have written a insertion function, an insertion function. Now you will write a display function. Deletion function you are not writing because we will take that in next week. Here you will run this linked list program only with insertion and display function. Accordingly, you can manipulate the menu also, your main function menu. So after deletion, we will take after display. So you will first check your insertion is properly working or not. Display is very easy. You can only write struct node some pt equals to start. So pt pointer is, see, pt is local to main. So you need also declare here again, and it is on start. While pt is not null, you will move pt to pt next, and before moving, you will print the pt info. So this is how you printed queues stack also. Here it is only difference is we are starting from start, not from top. So start, then pt not null, you move pt ahead, and before moving it ahead, you print its info. So this is a small code for displaying. So now I expect you that you will write a program, C program, in which you will insert, write insert function, and you will write the display function of linked list. So, and then you will check. You will keep inserting 2, 3, 4, 5 elements, and you will see display, 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 and you will check whether your program is properly working or not. All the elements are properly inserted or not. If it is properly working, then we will add deletion function to it. Then you can add search function to it. And after understanding all these things, someday we will also discuss what other ways of implementation can be. See, when I say other ways, you don't think that there will be huge difference in other ways. There will be not much difference. There will be only difference of some little taste. So this is enough for today. The class was long because it was required to make you understand how to insert and then how to write the program for insertion into a linked list. So uh, listen to this video, watch this video uh, in phased manner or in one shot, whatever you like. But I expect you that in upcoming holidays on Sunday and Saturday, uh, you will be able to complete it, and will implement it by next week at least. Thank you. Thank you very much.